As always, please retry the question before watching the video. So this might not be obvious to you that it is a clause question because the punctuation isn't changed from answer to answer. But one other way to tell that you're dealing with a clause question is when the dependent clause markers are changing from answer to answer, as we have here. So you should consider the three things for each answer individually. And just as a general rule, it is wise to consider the three things all the time because the ACT loves clause questions. So with that in mind, let's take a look at answer F. In answer F, there's not punctuation in the middle of the clause. So we need to consider, is there an independent clause in this sentence? So you ask yourself that. Is there an independent clause in this sentence? Pause the video if you need to. All right, so let's read it. Due to is a preposition, so starts with a dependent clause marker. So whatever's first is going to be a dependent clause. Due to NASA's technicians inspecting the space shuttle Discovery for an upcoming launch, found over 200 punctures in a fuel tank. So that is the only clause. So in that scenario, since it starts with a dependent clause marker due to, there is no independent clause in answer F. And so G is going to be the same because it starts with a dependent clause marker as well. And I'm going to skip H, go to J. J is going to start with inspecting. So any ing ending word, you should probably just consider it a dependent clause marker. There are scenarios where it's not, if it's a gerund. However, the vast majority of them going to be as it is here. You can just read it and see. Inspecting the space shuttle Discovery for an upcoming launch, found over 200 punctures in a fuel tank. That is not a complete thought, okay? And so now let's read it with answer H. They removed the dependent clause marker on answer H. And so it now just starts with NASA technicians. And so NASA technicians inspecting the space shuttle Discovery for an upcoming launch found over 200 punctures in a fuel tank. That's it. And there are no other of the three things that could be wrong with the clause question, wrong with answer H. So this is confirmed our correct answer. If this made sense to you, please add it to your worksheet. Write what you learned along with the answer on the explanation side, and then continue on to do the remaining clause 2 questions that you missed on this test. If this is the final clause 2 question that you missed on this test, please go ahead and do the clause 2 mastery until you get 10 questions correct in a row before moving on to the next category that you missed the most of.